Well, congratulations. You're now on the final part of your whole course. We hope you've really enjoyed the last 5 weeks and found it thought-provoking. Once it's over, of course, you don't have to leave it there. If you want to explore further, you can be given several suggestions about what you might like to do for a follow-up. But there's one last area to think about. We've discussed already tonight how Christians claim that Jesus has given them a new relationship with God and a new relationship with themselves too. But Christianity isn't just a solo religion all about me. Jesus, yesterday's hero, brought people together too. He was interested in the way we relate to one another. And so, a real Christian experience will involve a new relationship to other people as well. And for many new believers, this is the most exciting and liberating part of the whole package. For one thing, you become part of a new family of brothers and sisters worldwide. It's exciting to discover that when you travel to somebody else's culture, which can feel very strange, there are already people who may speak a different language from you and have a completely different background, but are still your family and love you on sight. It's even more amazing at the local level, when you get involved in a church that takes Jesus and his message seriously. Because there, you find an unconditional love and acceptance that you won't discover anywhere else. It isn't like belonging to a political party where everybody shares the same views about society, or belonging to a leisure time club where everybody shares the same hobbies. It really is being part of a revolutionary new family. Of course, throughout history, people have tried time and again to change the basis of the relationships people have with one another. Lenin, Trotsky, Stalin and their comrades dreamed of bringing big changes to Russia and so producing a society in which hatred and rivalry melted away. Yet they couldn't do it. When you count up how many of the makers of the 1917 revolutions were tortured or executed by their revolutionary friends over the next few years, or when you consider that dissidents were being sent to Siberia from 1917, the very start of the revolution that was supposed to bring unity and liberty, you begin to realise how difficult it is for humans to change everything by themselves. But how do you relate to the rest of society, including all those who don't have a clue about Jesus yet? Well, as a Christian, your attitude to society changes too. You begin to see it with Jesus' eyes. To be hurt and distressed when you see people in trouble, being denied their rights as humans, being oppressed or bullied by others. You want to do something about it. You can't stand on the sidelines. That's why the Christian Church has done more charitable work than any other organisation in the world's history. It's why Keir Hardie founded the Labour Party. He was a Christian who wanted to bring change to people's lives. Not that all Christians are on the left either. You talk to someone like Gary Streeter, the MP for South West Devon, and you'll find that just like Keir Hardie, he had an experience of Jesus which propelled him into politics to make society better. He didn't have the same political views as Hardie, and he's not been quite as famous, but those are just two examples of the way that loving Jesus pushes people into loving others too. The most difficult area of change in our relationships is with those we're really close to. It's easy to love people from a distance, but when you've had an abusive childhood or a failed marriage or a tense relationship with your siblings, how do you put that right? And yet, when you're a Christian, you encounter this again and again. Marriages that have been saved, families that have been healed, friends that have been reconciled, warring relatives that have been brought together. It's another way in which yesterday's hero is still impacting today's world. As you look at the final Bible documents in your notebook, you'll discover it's been that way since the start. Jesus has always changed people's relationships with others, drawing them into a new community that makes life more rewarding, more satisfying, and more colourful than it ever could be otherwise. His community is still in business, growing daily, doing what he planned all over this planet. The only question is whether you want to belong to it or not.